Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now there's two kinds. There's the matte and poreless, and there's also the hydrate and smooth. I know the hydrate and smooth is also called the dewy and smooth. I haven't seen them both sold at the same place, so I'm assuming they're the exact same thing, because even in like the dewy and smooth at the bottom it says hydrate and smooth. So I really don't know why it has two names, but in Canada, whenever I've gone to Walmart or drugstore to look for it, it's called Hydrate and Smooth, but the one I see online, it says Dewy and Smooth. So comment down below if you guys have purchased both and you find a difference, because I honestly haven't seen the other one. So as you can see, for the sake of this video, I have no foundation on. I do have eye makeup on. I'm gonna give you guys a closer look. So right now I'm fairly close. So as you can see, I did my eyes. I don't have like any foundation on whatsoever. I have a little bit of redness here and there, like a blemish here. So not the smoothest kind of day. The thing is that I have been using the Fit Me foundation for a while now. I use the Hydrate and Smooth one. My skin is somewhere between dry and oily. I don't know how that works, but like I have dry patches and oily patches as well, but not even in the same spot. So it's not like I can say my cheeks are oily, maybe one side will be oily and the other one would be dry. I don't know, it's like a whole weird thing. I don't know what's going on. Regardless, I have been using the Hydrate and Smooth one. For the matte and poreless one, I only gave it a try once, but to be honest, I didn't really pay attention if it got rid of the pores and stuff, because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be poreless. So today I'm just going to do half of my face with the Hydrate and Smooth, which is aka the Dewy and Smooth, and I'm going to do the other half with the matte and poreless and give you guys kind of like an idea of which one works better. I'm going to leave it on for a couple hours too and come back and film again, just so you guys kind of have an idea of what worked best. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope it does. So let's go straight into the video. Today I'm going to be applying both foundations with makeup sponges. So beauty blenders, makeup sponges, you know the drill. So this one's a little bit dirty because I have been using this foundation pretty much every day with the sponge, so I thought I would just stick to the same one. And I have a clean one for the matte and poreless one that I rarely use. First, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'm going to try the matte and poreless. I don't have a primer on because I wanted to give you guys the best idea of how it settles on your face if you don't have a primer or moisturizer or anything like that. So yeah, let's get started. By the way guys, I also wanted to put it out there that I'm using the same shade in both kinds. So they're both in ivory. Let me just give you guys a look, which is 115. I'm gonna start off by putting both of them on my hand. I just want to see how different they are, since one of them is dewy and the other one's goes on matte. Color wise, I think the shades come out kind of different, to be honest. I mean, I can definitely see that the matte one is less shiny. I'm gonna let it settle a little bit because I still see a little bit of shine, so let me let it dry a bit. Okay, I really want to show you guys on camera, so let me come a little bit closer because I think this is kind of hard. It is quite hard to show on my hand, but if you can get an idea, I feel like the matte one goes on a little bit darker than the dewy one. Hope you guys are seeing that, but I see it as like a shade darker or so, but it is quite matte, and this one's kind of shiny-ish. Okay, so let's put it on the face and see how it is on the face. I'm gonna slowly start building it up. I don't want to put too much on at once. I just want to see if it's buildable, because I usually do put on a lot. I know it looks like I've put a lot on, but it's not, because I didn't let it kind of like drip down my face. It's just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the beauty blender. To be honest, I've never put this much on. I usually put a good fair amount of foundation on so that it blends in nicer, and because I use a moisturizer as my base, it blends in much better. Honestly, with the amount I put on, I can kind of still see the blemish that's here. I can see this one as well. I mean, I would say it gave me kind of like a light coverage. For my pores, oh, I can still see them. Like, I don't think the amount I put covered, I don't think it rarely covered anything. Like, do you guys see a massive difference? I don't. So I'm gonna put on more and see how it is. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm using the matte and poreless one first. Okay, so this is like, I think this is more than I usually apply, but I really want to get rid of the pores and see if it actually gives you that poreless coverage. I feel like a raccoon, guys, because I don't have concealer under my eyes, and you can literally see 2 black bags under my eyes, which is just like the prettiest thing. Now that I have like a good large amount of foundation on, I feel like it's really covered up my pores. Like, you can't see any pores here. It's done a pretty good job. Like, you can kind of see like the difference from this side to this side. It's done a good job covering it up. It's not full coverage. I would give it probably like a medium coverage. It's buildable, but I strongly doubt that even if you build it up, you're gonna get full coverage. You'll probably get like a medium coverage still. Yeah, it's kind of drying on my face though. I can actually start to see my face really looking dry. Maybe if I used a primer, it would have been much better, or a moisturizer, because you know I told you guys that I do have combination skin and dry areas and stuff. I feel like, yeah, I feel like it kind of looks dry on my face. Now I'm going to use the other one on the other side, and yeah, you'll see how it is. To be honest with you guys, the reason I wanted to do a review on this particular, oh my god, I look so scary and I have so much foundation on. Hold on one sec. The reason I wanted to do a review on this one was because I had been using it for a while, and I have really sensitive skin, so I tend to break out no matter what foundation I use. Like, even the high-end foundations, if I leave it on my face for a long time, I break out in the next day. And this was the only foundation that I found that I rarely got any breakouts. I really wanted to try both of them and see which one's better. Okay, so this is definitely dewy. It goes on the skin much smoother. Well, at least my skin type. Let me finish blending it in. I'm done blending it in. Let me give you guys a close-up. Let me wipe my lips because I look like I have no lips because of my foundation. I don't know how much you guys can see on camera. No, you guys can probably see it. There's kind of like a shine on the side. To be honest, I don't mind it. I don't like my face looking too dry. And the matte side, definitely matte. I don't see like a massive difference on my pores here, but it does cover it up a bit. I would say probably 70% coverage on the pores. As for its coverage in general, like I said, even the dewy side, you still get kind of a medium coverage. I did put like a lot on this side, and I did build this side up. So I would say in general, both of them give medium coverage, so they're pretty similar. They do blend in quite nicely. I don't see any places where it's cakey, and it was really smooth just blending it in. I kind of see some places on this side of my skin already starting to kind of crack, if that makes sense. I did build it up, but I don't know, it's just making my face look really dry on this side. But on the other side, this side, I think this side works for me much better. The dewy side works so much better for me, for my skin type. Now I'm gonna leave this on for about 4 to 5 hours, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how it has stayed on my face. All right guys, so I'm back. So I applied this at around, it was like 1 o'clock when I started doing my video. It is now 6:30 and I'm back. Throughout the day, I I really still like the Dewy and Hydrate one much more than the Matte and Poreless. Like I said before, I finished off the video, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, the right side of my face was feeling a little bit dry and it was kind of like cracking up. I could see dryness, and to be honest, it's getting a little bit patchy. It is a little bit patchy right now. Probably because when it was drying out, it was kind of like the foundation was kind of like separating on my face. On the other hand, on this side, it's been holding up perfectly. I honestly don't see much of a difference since I applied it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but both sides medium coverage. I would definitely recommend the matte and poreless one to anyone that has really oily skin, because it does mattify your skin a lot. Cool thing about the dewy part, not greasy at all, went on perfectly, and it held perfectly as well. I think on camera you don't really see much of a difference, but for me, like, I see the difference so much. With both foundations, they are pretty buildable. The only thing is that if you do have fairly dry skin, if you start building it up, you might get a little bit of dryness and peeling on your skin because you're dabbing your skin over and over again. As for it giving like a natural look, for me, the Dewy and Smooth definitely gives me a natural look because it has medium coverage. If it was of more full coverage, it would look a little bit more heavier. Speaking of heavier, I honestly don't feel like I'm wearing foundation because neither sides are heavy on my skin. Like, you just have this sense of lightness on your skin, so that's a really good thing. If you have a lot of acne, maybe this wouldn't be the best foundation for you, but if it's just like one pimple here and there, or like one breakout here and there, medium coverage should do the job for you. One thing I do love about both of these foundations is that they're super affordable. I got mine from Walmart for $7 something, like $7.99 or something like that. At the drugstore they're a little bit more expensive, maybe around $9 or so, but they are very affordable, under $10. And the cool thing is that they come in a range of colors. One bad thing is that the matte and poreless comes in more ranges of colors than the Dewy and Smooth. I found that the Dewy and Smooth, I think, only comes in like 16 colors or shades. I keep saying colors and thinking like purple, pink, 16 different shades, but for this one, I think it was like something around like 40 shades or something. So the matte and poreless, the range is much more and you have more choices. Another plus side on these two foundations is that they have both an SPF of 18, which is awesome. I always love foundations that have an SPF included in them. One other downside about it is, I think, just like the packaging they come in, I just prefer a foundation that has a pump, and this one doesn't have a pump. I don't know if I showed you guys once I opened it. Let me just give you guys close up what it looks like when you open it. So it's just like that, so you basically just have to pour it out, and I don't know, that's not my favorite. Sometimes I get out way too much, but otherwise, price wise, they're good, medium coverage. And yeah, I think I pretty much covered most of the things. If you guys have used these foundations, I would love to know your opinion about them down in the comments. If I missed anything, if you guys have any other questions, make sure to ask me down below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I really hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate your support, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Love ya!